This example is like problems 17 and 18 on the exam 3 review. We are doing a complete hypothesis test. Here, mean hourly wages in 2019 in the U.S. were $22.60. An economist wants to determine whether the mean wage in Chicago is greater here than the national average. So she finds a random sample of 75 people. Mean hourly wage for that sample was $22.85 with a standard deviation of 1.04. Can they conclude that the mean hourly wage in Chicago is more than the $22.60 using alpha as 0.01 level and p-value method with the calculator? So first we are stating the null and alternative hypothesis. So we're testing to see if the wages in the U.S. were $22.60 and the sample in Chicago is $22.85. We're trying to test and see if that is extreme enough to indicate that the mean in Chicago is greater than the $22.60. So what we want to try and show is that mean is greater than $22.60. If that is not the case, then we'll conclude that the mean is $22.60. Next, we'll compute the p-value. So let's go ahead and list out what some of the values are here. So the $22.60 is our mu0. That's what we're testing against. The sample size is 75, so n is 75. The sample mean was 22.85, so that's x bar. And then it says that sample 75 had a mean of 22.85, and that sample had a standard deviation of 1.04, so that's S. S is 1.04, not sigma. So notice they haven't said anything about population, they haven't used sigma. So this is S, which tells us we're going to use the t distribution. And alpha is 0.01. So let's go to the calculator now. So we want to go to stat, tests, and then we're doing a t-test. So it's here, stat, test, t-test. So that's number 2. And we are going to go ahead and input our summary statistics. So our mean that we're testing against, 22.6. Our x bar was 22.85. Let's see, did we write that down? Yes, 22.85. And then our sample standard deviation was the 1.04. N, our sample size was 75. And then we are testing to see if the wage increased, which is a greater than. So you can either calculate or draw. I'm going to go ahead and draw. So there's our distribution, and we can see that the test statistic in the area passed is on the right. So this is a right-tailed or upper-tailed test. Our t is 2.0818, and p is 0.0204. So t is 2.08. And then our p-value, 0.0204. So we need 4 decimal places here, not necessarily here. Do we reject H0? Well, our p-value, which is 0.0204, is greater than 0.01, which is our alpha. So p greater than alpha, you don't reject. So don't reject H0. This is not a significant result. So there is not enough evidence to conclude that the mean hourly wage in Chicago is more than the $22.60 national.